What's good with it, BlakGooseTV family, man? Double salute as always. Your boy Fluence is back in the building once and again. Happy Monday to everybody up out there. Look, I'm gonna be 110% with the people, man, because there's no reason for me to lie. One of the main reasons, or actually, I should say the main reason, the number one reason I'm going live tonight, because you know what I'm saying. If y'all been rocking with your boy, especially this past weekend, Xfinity ain't really been showing me no love. You know what I'm saying? So Friday, the stream wasn't the crispiest and the cleanest. Saturday, it wasn't the crispiest and the cleanest, but you know what I'm saying? Fluence Lounge was definitely a good time. Um, now that I look back at that UFC 281 card, it was worth it. I remember in the time I was kind of being pretty critical, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, y'all got to remember it had been so long since I went live so early in a UFC card. Like, it was crazy. And you know what I'm saying? And let me say this: that's I specify UFC because I definitely did watch the whole card of that one championship card with DJ versus Marias, and that was a good time. But it wasn't just MMA. And I used to be one of them guys. I used to watch the prelims, like the beginning of the prelims, even the pre-prelims, all the way to the main card. I used to be one of those guys. So before you criticize me, that's just what it is. But it had been so long, so I was kind of, it's different than when I used to watch it back then. But the commercials for the prelims kind of made me a little bit mad. I was irritated, and then there was a couple times during the main card I was irritated. But mostly, I feel like I would have honestly, I feel like I would have enjoyed that card a lot more if, circling all the way back to the main reason why I'm going live tonight. You know what I'm saying? Xfinity had some love for me, and they was giving me the crispy side of the game. I didn't have to worry about no lagging or nothing like that. So but when I look back at it, I'm saying, even though, I'm saying Saturday was a little rough when it came to, I'm saying how the stream went, I still had a good time, man. It was a good card. I never would have expected the ending to go the way it went. I'm gonna need to clip those reactions definitely, and I'm gonna have to put it on the channel for y'all to see that. Hopefully, I can have that for y'all tomorrow. But yeah, man, ended up being a good time. Now I look about it. I just wish, Xfinity had some love for me that night, so I could be like totally focused on the fights and talking, and not halfway looking at the fights and talking, and then also trying to see why my Wi-Fi going crazy. But um, nonetheless, I want to appreciate everybody who rocked. I'm saying through. I'm saying salute to Zen. It was a good time, man. But anyways, finally, Xfinity showing me some love, so we should have some crispy, clear airways. When it comes to this particular stream. I don't really got nothing set up specifically of what I'm going to talk about tonight. This is just me just being like, hey, yo, I'm back. Also, too, y'all know I was gone the whole last week. I was dealing with an illness. I should have put Fluence Explains Himself in the title, but, I was gone all last week. I didn't do no live streams, nothing, no post, anything. I was sick. You know what I'm saying? I got the flu or something crazy like that. But I was just so weak, man. I wasn't able to do nothing. I was just bunked up in the bed for too long. Like, if y'all really want to know something crazy, I've only eaten 2 times in the matter of 7 days. 2 times in the matter of 7 days. That's like counting today. Today. So um, I'm on the road to recovery, but it was frustrating to finally come back stream Friday and then Saturday, and then both of them was kind of like laggy. But either way, Saturday was still worth it. But it's good to be back on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Everything crispy for now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep praying for the best. But I just want to say salute to the people, man. Happy Monday to everybody. Hopefully, y'all Monday was cool. Y'all ain't have no problems. Everything went through, smooth nonetheless. And if it didn't, hopefully your Tuesday's better. If y'all come up in here, man, show some love. Go ahead, hit the like button below. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button's right next to that. Notification gang, all that good stuff. The biggest thing, obviously, as always, we're gonna get to the point of the stream, regardless of what we're talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link up in the comment section. Hopefully, y'all can come through tonight. And if y'all can't, no worries about it. I know what it is, but y'all know at some point I'm gonna be dropping that. So make sure y'all look out for that if y'all want to come up in here. And even if you don't, throw your comments. You know what I'm saying? In the comment section. Let me know what y'all think up in the live chat. You know what I'm saying? Get the algorithm, going, and keep us moving the way we should be moving. All right. So first and foremost, man, like I said, I didn't really have no specific topics for tonight. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all check out the Twitch too. If y'all know about the Twitch, check out the Twitch. Follow the Twitch. We got our first follower, I think, on Saturday. So follow the Twitch, man. We getting it right. But so I don't have no, like, specifically main topics that I want to talk about. And there's a couple reasons why. One, obviously you can talk about something, but there's really not anything specifically to talk about unless you want to make some things up out of the world, you want to rehash some things, you want to play what ifs, all those type of things, you know what I'm saying? And we will be doing all those things tonight. Don't think that's not going to be the case. But I'm explaining myself to the sense of the reason why I don't think we need any specific boxing topics is because there's not nothing specifically going on in boxing, in my personal opinion, that needs to be ridiculously focused on. Obviously we can talk about Eddie Hearn saying he thinks Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. is going to happen. We all know Chris Eubank Jr. does have a fight scheduled lined up before the end of the year, saying supposedly in the summer Conor Benn is going to be back. That's what he says. No punishment. We can talk about Montana Love being disqualified this past weekend, and Eddie Hearn and the commission possibly going to overturn that to a no contest. There's so many different things. We can talk about Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. It's not happening. That's not even a real thing anymore. That's not even tangible. Obviously Adrian Broner's coming back on BLK Prime. We can talk about that. There's a lot of little things that can be discussed, obviously, and I want to touch bases on some, but my whole point of naming off those things is, in my personal opinion, there's nothing major, extremely, important to an extent that, in my personal opinion, needs to be touched on. So if y'all come up in here, man, and y'all got something y'all want to talk about, just throw it in the chat. Don't matter if you mess up the flow of the conversation. No big deal, man. We just riffing, we just going, having a good time, man. So once again, salute to the people. Happy Sunday to everybody. Now, obviously, there was one thing that I did not do this weekend that I wish I did, but I actually ended up going to the movies instead on accident. But I did want to go live for the Floyd Deji card. I'm just going to talk about this briefly, then we're going to move on. But I did want to go live for it because I know they're probably like, man, I knew he wasn't. But I did want to go live for it. But I did end up watching it. I think it was right before I was going to the movies. I saw the ending of it. I basically saw the last round where Floyd stopped Deji. I ended up rewatching it today, and I just saw Floyd was playing around the whole time. So my only thing about, one, I salute Floyd. I'm going to acknowledge it. I know some people don't acknowledge it, but I'm acknowledge it because he's making his money outside of boxing. He's showing his exhibition. He's showing his older. So I just want to salute to that. I missed it. I wanted to go live for it. I didn't because I went to the movies. But low ball, I didn't miss much because they put the whole thing on YouTube. But okay, anyways, now with that being said, there's something that's a little off topic that I want to talk about when it comes to the boxing community. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up here. And I touched on it and I randomly said it a little bit earlier if I caught it. And if you didn't, don't talk about it. So Adrian Broner, and I don't want to be too long-winded on this, but I saw this on World Boxing News. I thought it was a very interesting article. As far as that headline, I didn't necessarily read it, but that's what we're going to do right here. Now, one thing I will say right off the top, the headline is impressive, but they definitely disrespected BLK Prime. They're not Black Prime, people. They're BLK Prime. In a shock move just weeks after his last date fell apart, Broner signed a deal with BLK Prime pay-per-view. It comes months after the full-weight world champion admitted that his boxing career is heading downward. Therefore, can BLK Prime save Broner's career in the ex-pound-for-pound fighter for himself? It remains to be seen. The problem is long from when he was considered a big enough name to fight Manny. One win in almost 6 years tells his own story. Broner has been recent attempts to get back in the ring. Delayed or canceled. He struggles to reignite his tenure in the sport. The result was Broner leaving Showtime after a lengthy partnership. Broner last fought against Giovanni Santiago at Mohegan Casino on Cassville in February 2021. He took a controversial unanimous decision, as we all remember. Obviously, he was supposed to fight Omar Figueroa. That didn't work out. obviously due to mental health issues. The BLK Prime is where I want to be at, because I do want to see the specifics of the deal. I know I've talked about it before, but they're not going to give you that, of course. The views expressed in this article, of course, that's your opinion. So I'm not going to get into the very last of it, but ultimately, what I thought was interesting, at least when it comes to the beginning of that article, what he was referring to and what he was talking about, and obviously as well as when it comes to Adrian Broner's career, do you think it's a possibility that it could be saved by BLK Prime, or is the possibility that he's just coming into this because he's coming into money? You can argue both hands. I'm not mad at either one, because I think at the stage of his career, the only thing he really should be thinking about is money. Similar with Terrence Crawford. And this is the obviously the criticism, that Terrence Crawford is known for, is getting a lot of. And what doesn't make sense to me when it comes to that particular criticism, or when people look at it that way, is you'll have people arguing, saying somebody like Errol Spence, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, like these guys are A side. They deserve this amount of money, right? The B side should just be quiet. Like you hear that all the time. But for some reason, when it comes to particular fighters that aren't necessarily on a universal level, or on in a where they're in a position basically where they have a majority liking who they are, liking their personality, understanding who they are, because maybe they're a little bit more mild-mannered, they don't speak as much, or maybe they do talk too much, and people don't appreciate that, a little bit too braggadocious, whatever the sense may be. But for some reason, those are always the guys that were saying they're the B side. They need to shut up and they just need to do what they need to do. They need to be happy to even be in the presence. And so now when you see the expansion, because I'm like, you can't deny the fact that boxing is becoming more popular when it comes to the sense of making money, when it comes to all these different, or combat sports, period. When it comes to, all these different apps, we're trying to find avenues to stream fans, to, bring more people over, etc. So it really doesn't surprise me that something like a BLK Prime, even though I never heard of him before this is my first time ever hearing about him. But I'm like, even with that being the case, it doesn't surprise me that someone, or an entity is willing to, put this amount of money down, not only on a Terrence Crawford fight, but also an Adrian Broner fight. A lot of people are saying they're going to be losing money doing this. A lot of these apps who are putting this money into this combat sports right now, or into these particular fighters, they don't mind losing money. It's all about promotion for them at this point. It's like paying a face or paying an event. And obviously they're trying to bring over a certain audience. So I'm like, if they show, think about this, if BLK Prime is willing to pay this amount of money for a Terrence Crawford fight, if BLK Prime is amount of, David Avisan, if they're willing to pay this amount of money for an Adrian Broner 3-fight deal, I don't even know who he's fighting. Don't you think now they become serious contenders when some of these bigger names start to come up in the sports? Because it's not about the big names now, right? A lot of these guys are locked into their contract with their promoters, but they're not going anywhere. The reason why they're taking the chance on Terrence Crawford and Adrian Broner, because it's going to be a while before they're going to have the opportunity to throw that type of bag at another type of caliber, that a type of level of superstar when it comes to boxing wise or skill wise, whatever the case may be, whichever one you want to argue, depending on who you're talking about, because everyone else is locked into their contracts. Everyone else is with a promotional company where they're not going anywhere. Like the best hope that they have is, I don't know if you guys heard of I think it's BlakGooseTV, I believe, is Roy Jones Jr., Paulie Malignaggi, Antonio Tarver, and it's somebody else. But they're building themselves up by putting on not lower level, but not necessarily, because the level is high level when it comes to the fights that they're putting on. But at the same time, obviously, there's not well-renowned names of people that I know who this person is and I know who this person is. People have to be invested strictly off the love of boxing. People have to be strictly invested off of what's going on. But what is smart, their figurehead, the money they're putting into it is, hey, Roy Jones Jr. is a co-founder, and then Paulie Malignaggi, we're gonna use him as he's part of this, and then Antonio Tarver, like, and then obviously they're doing the podcast, like it's smart, like that's what. So it's the same thing with BLK Prime. So I'm like, when people question that, it's almost like they have a boxed in mindset on how or what is going on. It's not about them making money with this Terrence Crawford fight. It's about trying to get a tippy toe in to this boxing industry that's very hard to get into because it's ruled obviously by these promoters. Like you see what happened with Canahan, like MTK Global, like that's not an easy sport. The Dana White couldn't even do it. Dana White is starting a slap league now. I remember when Zuffa boxing was supposed to be the next big thing. I remember when Dana White was going to make everything right when it comes to boxing. I remember that. And now he's doing a slap boxing league, which I mean, shit, there's a lot of money in it. A whole lot of money in it. But it's like that's the type of mindset or understanding you have to realize when it comes. Hold on, I saw something I gotta kill. My bad, y'all. It's a big ass spider. It's like I wasn't finna just let that walk right there and not kill it. But that's the type of mindset, basically. My bad about that, y'all. But that's the type of mindset that you're gonna have to have when it comes to these particular boxers making these deals as time move forward, especially when they have the opportunity to, especially when they're not tied down to a contract. It's like people are surprised about the decision that Terrence Crawford made, which makes no sense to me. I think you should be surprised about the fact that it was made. There was something presented to him on the table, offer for him to be able to take that. Yeah, that's surprising. But other than that, I don't even understand why you would even put it in question if that was you in your own shoes. So basically what I'm saying, when it comes to AB, I just want to say salute to you, AB. When you have your fight, I'm going to be watching. That's a fact. I'm happy you got the deal. I hope that you end up getting these 3 fights. I hope nothing ends up coming in the way. And I hope it's able to put you in a position where you can even get 3 more big fights. Or bigger fights, I should say. I got nothing but respect for you, brother. So, I'm still waiting. I think he's supposed to be fighting on the undercard of the Terrence Crawford, David Anyasan fight. I'm not sure about that. Let me see real quick. Daniel Broner. Let's see. So we don't got a date yet. So he did sign with BLK Prime. It's a 3-fight deal for $10 million in a 12-month deal. So I'm assuming it's going to start next year. 3-fight deal for $10 million, 12-month deal. This must be up front. It's not bad at all. All right, bro. 3-fight, $10 million, 1-year deal. I wonder when it starts. And I wonder who he ends up fighting. It's going to be interesting. All right, but salute to AB though, for real. I ain't got nothing but respect for him. So as we all know, speaking about my guy AB, I want to give a little update on a man named Conor Benn. And there's some specific reasons why I want to do this. Because I think the goal is for us to forget. I think the goal is for us to not remember. And I'm not saying that this is something that should be held over its head. That's why I don't even speak about this particular matter too many times, but I thought this was a very interesting headline when it came to the sport of boxing as of now, because we all know Eddie Hearn has been moving, grooving, you know what I'm saying, choosing and fixing some shit up, man. Like with Montana Love's situation, it looks like he's gonna get out of that. Um, he's gonna get out of that disqualification. He's gonna get that overturned to a no contest. That's the word on the street. Montana Love doesn't have anything to worry about. You know, got AJ at that Fury fight. Cesaro's back in the game, man. Fighting Franklin, he's coming up. Look at him. Eddie Hearn is making moves. Look what he said. Hearn is confident Eubank versus Ben will happen eventually. Thinks Ben will return as soon as next summer. So he's basically telling the people, man, he's probably, that B sample is clean. I could have swore that I heard the B sample, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to be slanderous. Let's see if we can get the facts. That's the last thing I want. I don't want to misrepresent nobody's name, man. So it's coming from BoxingScene.com. Eddie Hearn evidently believes the scuttled star-crossed fight between his embattled charged Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. is still salvageable. Ben and Eubank were slated to face each other last month in an intriguing 157-pound catchweight bout that had drawn large interest from the British sporting public because their fathers produced the country's most fearsome boxing rivalry in the 1990s. But 3 days out from the fight, the 26-year-old Ben was revealed to have tested positive for the banned substance clomiphene, a fertility drug that raises testosterone levels and doubles as a masking agent. The revelations were made by the Daily Mail. Immediately thereafter, the British Boxing Board of Control issued a statement refusing to sanction the fight. Ben's promoter, Eddie Hearn, and Eubank's promoter, Colin Sutherland, however, appeared intent on moving forward. As we all know, the fight didn't happen. Later, adding fuel to the fire, the outlet revealed that Ben had actually tested positive for clomiphene on another occasion earlier this summer. In a recent interview, Hearn indicated that Ben's hearing with the BFC had begun already. Hearn has hinted in recent weeks that he believed his charge has a chance to be vindicated by the findings from a fair trial. It's almost like Dillian White, Oscar Rivas all over again. This fight didn't happen. Eubank is gearing himself up for a potential fight with Liam Smith in December. What y'all think about that? Eubank's fighting Liam Smith in December. I'm not mad at it. Stay busy, young blood. If Eubank Jr. starts to lose fights to the likes of Liam Smith, that obviously impacts that fight. But at the end of the day, if Conor Ben receives a ban, he's going to be fighting again, Hearn told IFL TV. Whether that's, like I said, 3 months, that's so interesting. So he went from he's positive that Conor Ben is going to get vindicated in the court system to if Conor Ben receives a ban, he's going to be fighting again, Hearn told IFL TV. Whether that's, like I said, 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever that is, that will be from July. So the latest really I see Conor back in the ring is probably next summer or maybe even summer. It's going to be sooner. So he's assuming if he doesn't get vindicated, he'll only get at top 6 months, a year. Wait, if it's a year, how is he going to be back next summer? Oh, it will be from July. That's right, because it's going to be from when they first found the test, when they first got a positive test. So you telling me that he got tested positive all the way in July? Because he's telling me if it's a year ban, the latest he'll be back by next summer. Then you telling me that they found that doesn't July, August, October. Wow. So he tested positive. You just let that go, huh? You let it right out the bag, Eddie Hearn. So he tested positive in July. We just didn't find out until, wow. See, man, this is why boxing ain't shit. I don't know, man. Maybe that was where, everybody knew about it. But to me, I didn't. He's literally saying, bro, if Conor Ben receives a ban, he's going to be fighting again. Hearn told IFL TV. Whether that's, like I said, 3 months, 6 months, or a year. whatever that is, and that will be from July. So they date back, obviously, the suspension from when you first test positive for whatever, you know what I'm saying, drug you have in your system, which obviously his was a clemifene, whatever. So he tested positive in July. They knew since July that he had tested positive for this banned substance. And they just went along with the promotion and acted like they just found out a day before the fight. Can you talk about playing the public like fools? So Hearn's not even tripping. He said, even if they give us, so he went from he will be vindicated to even if they give him a year suspension, he'll be back next summer. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And there's every opportunity, I believe, looking at the facts, that he gets no ban. So we'll have to see how that plays out in the hearing. But one thing I do know is he's going to be returning at some point in his life in a big fight. And for me, that's still Eubank Jr. But obviously, Eubank is not going to wait around until then. But if he loses, that does impact this fight happening. That's crazy. Let's see what these other comics are saying. Ben failed 2 tests for a banned substance, so it's not a question of if he should be banned, it's how long. Hearn was previous at pains to point out that he surrendered his license. He can't be suspended or banned, so surely any ban should take effect from the point at which Ben reapplies for his license. Yeah. That's a fact. I think the perfect ban length for this one surely must be 9 months for obvious reasons. For once, I'm agreeing with Eubank Sr. regarding this match, and Hearn against Sr. will be working behind the scene to sabotage this needless non-event. Any parent that's been through this, through what he has in the ring, will fight to not allow their son to potentially go through the same. Yeah. That's crazy though, man. They know him for a long time. I'm definitely not a fan of that. But you know, it's at the same time, it's like, you just got to know that's boxing. I'm like, you can't criticize something that you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, boxing's always going to find a way, you know, to always be able to put money in front of everything. And if that means putting somebody else in a position and jeopardize and, you know what I'm saying, try and manipulate how people see it, that's just part of the game. It's entertainment. Can't be surprised by none of that. Salute to the people though, once again, man. If y'all up in here, man, make sure y'all show some love, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure y'all check out the Twitch. You already know, Fluencetv. We're gonna get everything. I've been saying it for a long time, but y'all gotta understand, man. This last week I was done. I know I said it already, but I was done. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do anything. But I'm telling you, man, don't think I forgot. Don't think I got some things in the work, man. We're gonna get the Twitch shined up. We're gonna get the Twitch figured out. We're gonna get everything solid on the Twitch side of the game. For the YouTube, I got some plans. We're gonna get some things reorganized, looking a little bit nicer on the YouTube side of the game for the people, you know what I'm saying, to make everything a lot more enjoyable. We're gonna be doing a lot more clips. I'm gonna put more clips on this joint. And don't worry, we got some little mini things that I'm gonna do in between too. So I got some plans. I just want to make sure I gotta get everything set, everything right. But you know what I'm saying, y'all keep rocking with your boy, man. And y'all just gonna slowly see the improvement. I'm gonna hear from y'all as well as always, man. If y'all come up in here, y'all got anything to say, man, make sure you say it. Don't hold back. No point not to. You feel me? All right. With that being said, I do want to react to a particular. That was hard. Try to say that 3 times. That shit crazy. I do want to react to a particular video. that I've seen that look, pretty interesting. As we all know, as I said earlier, I personally don't think there's enough going on, currently when it comes to boxing that needs to be just specifically focused on. But there was a particular video that I saw from Eddie Hearn, and I'm trying to figure out whether or not he's calling out PBC or if he's going to be safe with his words. Now, this is a long video, okay? So I don't know if I'm going to listen or watch the whole thing. But I am interested to play this a little bit just to see what Eddie Hearn is talking about. Because if he's really out here calling out PBC and Al Heyman, I'd be surprised. Because he usually doesn't do that. He usually finds a way to play both sides of the fence. Unless we're talking about Leonard Ellaby. He be going crazy at Leonard Ellaby, man. That's a fact. But they be beefing all the time. Him and Steven Espinoza too. Let's see what he got to say.
What he said about Al, I know.
What's on your interview?
He's punching up false fights aren't happening.
I think that, like, I have a little bit of sympathy with Al in the Spence Crawford fight because the fight is not as big as people think it is. And I've said this before and I've had criticism for this, but like, you have to understand, whatever you think of me, whatever you think of Al Heyman, we do know the business and the numbers like the back of our hand, right? We do this all the time. So I can't have an argument with someone on Twitter who tells me that Spence Crawford does 1 million buys. Like, yet we know that if you're setting a line on a guarantee, you set that line at 350 or 400,000 buys. Like that's, if I'm putting my money up, that's where I'm comfortable with the line. Now, that doesn't mean that's the number that Al is comfortable with. But ultimately, when a fight's big enough, the fighters don't really need a guarantee and they don't really ask for one, Marcos, because I go back to Fury against AJ. There was no guarantee. It was just all the money in the pot. Everyone knows how big that fight is, right? And it's not a case of, oh, it might do this. We all know how big it is. But we just don't know with Spence Crawford. It's a tremendous fight. It could do 700,000 or 800,000 buys. But what if it does 300? Who foots the bill? And obviously Al Heyman wasn't prepared to foot the bill.
Ooh,
now, if you're going to talk about are they the ones that are stopping big fights, I do think that PBC and Steven Espinoza are actually the ones who are more likely to stop a fight than others.
There goes. Eddie Hearn just being honest right there. He just told y'all, and I know he has beef. He has beef with him. We all know he has beef with Steven Espinoza. He has beef with PBC. He doesn't have beef with Al Heyman. You always realize when it comes to Eddie Hearn, when he speaks about Al Heyman, he always has very nice things to say, or he's always on his side. But then when it comes to Steven Espinoza, PBC, Leonard Ellaby, that's when like the snake comes out of Eddie Hearn. He's like, well, but if we're going to talk about these guys, but we all know they're all within the same entity. But that's a very interesting dynamic, or very interesting approach-wise. That's why he got the money, and that's why he's in the position he is. That's be picking up on that.
So I just feel like, as a fan looking at Tank against Ryan Garcia, I'm not involved, right? I know DAZN are involved in those conversations, but I'm not. I just look at it and say, I believe that PBC and Steven Espinoza are saying there is no way that we're letting DAZN be involved in that fight. Now you have to understand, Ryan Garcia is a DAZN fighter. So Showtime would say, we've built Tank. But DAZN have built Ryan Garcia. What do you think? They're going to invest all that money, and then when they get to the stage where there's a mega fight, they just go, yeah, don't worry about it. What is the problem with putting a fight of that magnitude on both platforms?
No, exactly.
I don't understand. But I know for a fact the Zone have no problem sharing. Like, you know, you can air it on the Zone, you can air it on Showtime or pay-per-view, and it's the same price point. Does it really matter? Like, if your platform's that big, aren't you going to do all the buys anyway, supposedly? So, but that's what's stopping that fight. The fighters want the fight, but it's not DAZN. So it's PBC and Stephen Espinosa that are saying, no, we are not having DAZN involved in that fight. And that's terrible for boxing. So I don't think...
I have to say this too, man. Eddie Hearn, the cold son, he was like, you know, Gervonta and Ryan Garcia, why didn't this fight happen? You know, what's stopping this fight from happening? Yeah, PBC and Showtime and those guys, they built up Gervonta Davis, but DAZN, we built up Ryan Garcia. So why would we take it? Why wouldn't we want to, you know, be broadcasting partners? That's cold. That's cold to Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Totally clipped that man out. Like, Eddie Hearn is a cold son of a gun, but
always PBC's fault or Espinosa's fault, but I do think in that instance that fight is blamed. In the instance of Terence Crawford, and I don't think that's PBC's fault. I just feel like it's fighters that probably think a fight's more than it is. Al Heyman's doing the right thing for his business, which is not a guarantee up because he doesn't have the confidence in that fight. Someone comes in, wants to offer mad money for him to fight Avanesian. He's looking at it and thinking that's an easy fight. I'll take that. Hopefully it gets revisited. But I do feel like, if you know, certainly of all the people I work with in boxing, they are probably the ones that would refuse to have a conversation about an opportunity for their fighter. Don't know. Maybe.
You have like...
They definitely don't like me, but it's with other people as well. Every now and again, you'll see Top Rank and PBC do a fight when it's Wilder against Fury, like they really needed to do that fight. But I think in general, they'd rather not. Like, I'm pretty confident, as much as sometimes Aram doesn't like me, sometimes he does, I'm pretty confident that if there was a good opportunity for a Top Rank fighter and a Matchroom fighter and a lot of money to be made, we would get a deal done. Same with Golden Boy. But PBC is probably, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't listened to all of Oscar's comments, but he's been around a long time. And again, whatever you think about Oscar, and we don't always get on, he knows the business as well. I mean, he's a great fighter. And but sometimes it's good to blow things up like this because we're under pressure. I think this is a great fight on Saturday. You know, we should be celebrating fights like this, but there's a lot more and bigger fights than this that we must make. And hopefully bringing it out into the open will make people go, oh, come on, let's get moving.
Why would they not want to work with Ryan fight? Something of financials, or is it more than that?
Stubbornness, ego. Do you feel like it could give the Zone an extra position of power? Are you afraid? I don't know. But it doesn't really, I don't, you know, and they've invested money in Tank, and of course it's a business, and I understand Stephen Espinosa might say, you know, we've done 20 Gervonta Davis fights. We're not letting you come in here and share our paper, but don't underestimate the star power of Ryan Garcia. You know, it takes two in a fight like that. That's a much bigger fight than Spence Crawford, in my opinion, commercially. And everyone can win in that fight. But it's going to take Showtime. You know, and by the way, the Zone shouldn't just lay down in that fight and go, yeah, go on, off you go. Like what? But what they're willing to do is compromise and make a fight for the good of boxing. So hopefully everybody can feel the same.
Does this show to you that the system of boxing is like screwed up? It's screwed because
it's always been screwed.
But even more when a fighter signs with the network, because this is what happens.
It's only a problem if that network is not willing to entertain, for the good of boxing, a fight where two networks, two promotional companies can come together and deliver for everybody. Like the benefit to everybody in the industry of a fight like that taking place should be enough for people who would benefit off the back of it to let that fight happen.
Like, Tank versus
I have no involvement in that fight. It would benefit me as a business to see that fight because people get excited for boxing. Right? So I really hope they come together, not just for DAZN, but for boxing. Right? Spence against Crawford. I want to see that fight as a fan, and that would be great for boxing. But there's just too many stubborn people. And I know I upset people and piss people off, but what this shows is it's not me. As in, it's not just people just don't want to work with any hand. They just don't want to work with anybody in some respects.
Yeah, I hear it.
And it's been like that
Yeah,
for a
I said
while,
it.
unless it
Been like
just
that for a
suits
while.
them enough, you know. So
Just heard
we'll see.
you.
Let's come together. Let's make some money, but to deliver, enjoy Saturday night.
Yep.
Then the
Yeah. All right, I'm good on that. All right, we got Zen in the building. Hey, let's get you in, man. Eddie Hearn is a smooth talker, boy. He is a smooth talker. You can't blame him. I'm not mad at it. That's what he's supposed to be here for. That's what he's great at doing. That's what he makes his money off of. That's how he brings in his income. But you have to acknowledge that he's been saying what I've been saying for I don't know how long. Because I be listening to these promoters talk. They be telling you guys the game, and it's just like y'all be just so infatuated and mesmerized by your favorite fighter, your favorite entertainer. You ain't listening to the people who's, you know what I'm saying, orchestrating the whole entire shit. Eddie Hearn's telling you, he's like, yo, PBC is difficult to deal with. They're hard to, you know what I'm saying, make some bread with. But you see, he's very choiceful when it comes to the words he uses. He's like, I'm not gonna call out Al Heyman because I do want to have business and do business with him because there's a possibility this Wilder versus Joshua fight's happening, so I got to be careful. But PBC, you know what I'm saying, Showtime, Steven Espinoza, Leonard Ellaby, I can call these guys out. They're difficult to deal with. Al Heyman, on the other hand, he understands the business. He sees, you know, he doesn't need to lose this type of money. He did do that little slight shot where he was like, you know what I'm saying, Al Heyman apparently don't got the money. Or he was like, you know, apparently, you know, when he was referring to Al Heyman, he was just like, okay, somebody doesn't have the money that they can possibly lose on this fight, which is why they're not taking the chance, right? Which was a slight little shot because we all know Eddie Hearn, he's taking some chances on some fighters, paid him big money, and we know he lost a lot of money. But I'm like, it's interesting to me to see Eddie Hearn criticizing not criticizing, but saying how, oh, I can see why someone's not willing to take a chance when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, but at the same time, you're advocating and not understanding the reason why Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia is not happening. Because to me, I'm trying to figure out how one fight is bigger than the other, personally. So I'm like, when I see that, it's like obviously Eddie Hearn is doing his usual promoter stuff, usual promoter shit. You know what I'm saying? Just handling business, taking care of business, and doing what he's supposed to do. But it's like at the same time, when I look at it, I'm like, you're not gonna fool somebody like me. It's not even a possibility. I see what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm aware it's the easiest thing. You ain't finna fool me in no type of way. So I'm like, with that being the case, it's like that's not gonna happen. But that's why I'm like, at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn is telling the truth, and I'm like, people have to be aware. People have to pay attention. People got to make sure their eyes is focused, because I'm like, y'all got to stop being in love with your favorite fighter, man. He's telling you right there who's difficult to deal with, who's difficult to make certain fights happen. You know what I'm saying? But all right, I'm not gonna be overly long-winded. I was talking my shit. We got Zen in the building. Let's get him up in this thing. What's happening with it, dog? How you feeling, man?
Sick.
Maybe
You
it's
sick?
I'm not like terribly sick, but I have like a runny nose and my shit all stuffed up, man.
That's crazy, bro. It's like I gave it to you through the Fluence Lounge, bro. You sick? That's crazy. It's really going around. I'm good now. My shit basically gone.
Yeah, all right. Over here smiling and shit.
I went through. Nah, I went. Look, I for real though. If it's as bad as what I had, I hope not. I hope it's like 25%. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got NyQuil, so we gonna get all that up out of here, man.
Yeah, but you know that just masking. It's still gonna get worse.
We gonna mask it up then.
I had Dayquil. I'm like, I didn't take it to like the last 2 days. I was like, I need something, man. I hit that Dayquil, man. I was like, for 3 hours, I was good. Then as soon as it wore off, I was just like, that shit was terrible, man.
Well, NyQuil better because you actually sleeping. Dayquil, you feel me? If you're not gonna sleep with it, then you feel me? It's not gonna.
Dayquil makes you feel better.
I needed something during the day
Oh,
because I was having trouble being able to concentrate when I had to look at that screen. It was terrible. I had a headache and stuff. But when you get start feeling sick? What was it today?
I mean, I kind of had like a runny nose yesterday too, but it wasn't as bad. But it just persisted to get worse today.
It's cold out
Yeah, it's gotten colder for sure.
It's cold here.
there. What how like what's the where you at, like 60s, 70s?
Like if when I be working early in the morning, it'd be like 49.
Okay. Okay, it's cold out there. Yeah, it's mad cold out here. It's ridiculous. Cold, raining. It's raining tonight. It's raining tonight and it's like 50 degrees. Disgusting.
At least it's not snowing.
Nah, I don't want no snow. I don't like snow. I used to like snow, but I don't like snow no more.
Yeah, cause that shit. When you younger, you like no school. When you older, you like,
Yeah,
damn, this messing up my Wi-Fi.
yeah, bro,
Can't
it's
go
a hassle.
nowhere.
That's the problem, man. I'm not a fan of snow at all.
I-
So since you starting to come down with let's just say a slight sickness, what's your plans? You gonna try and keep yourself isolated, or you just gonna just rock it through?
Well, I'm not touching nobody. I'm not touching nobody or nothing. I don't feel like terrible or nothing like that. I'm just congested.
Okay. So then, what's today? Monday. All right, then bet. What's up? How was your Monday, Doc?
Hold on.
See, y'all see real quick.
I just was
That's-
trying to hear the sound.
Wait. That people. So y'all see, that's disrespect. I'm just
Nah,
gonna
I'm
tell
trying to
y'all.
help you out because your
Wait,
mic
wait.
sound different. And I was trying to go to the mic that we did the other day. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping, but nah.
Oh, I don't got my settings on.
Yeah, your shit not sounding.
Oh, I ain't have my
Yeah, because it sound like you just. It's like sound real big in there. I'm like, why does he sound
I'm
like?
back. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah. Why you saying disrespect? I fixed it, nigga.
Hey, so I was 47 minutes in. Ain't none of y'all told me, man. I had the worst audio. So that's crazy. So I went from having bad Wi-Fi, and then my next stream on Monday just having terrible audio for 47 minutes. But you know what? That's the struggle, y'all. I'm actually okay with it. So love, salute. It's still disrespect, but I
Nah.
appreciate the disrespect. It got me right. How about that?
Yeah, nigga. I was talking that talk, nigga.
Sometimes, see, that's what I'm telling you, man. That's how you know, man. I was not finna go live tonight, but I was just like, man, I got good Wi-Fi finally, and I ain't went live for a whole week, so I was like, man, I might as well. And then the Fluence Lounge, man, I wish, like I was saying earlier, I was like, man, I wish I had my Wi-Fi on point, because I probably would have focused more on like the fight, and I would have enjoyed it more. Because when I think back on it, I was like, man, that was a good card, dog.
I don't know who told you it wasn't a good card.
No, in the moment, I felt like I was disappointed a little bit.
Shit, everything ended up with a stoppage.
It's still, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like I was like half distracted by the fact my Wi-Fi was going in and out, and so I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. But when I look back, I was like, man, that was a great card. I should have been just completely focused, but it's all good. It's how it goes
And
sometimes.
then followed up with this most terrible news of the year. Or one of the most terrible.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's RP Rumble Johnson, man. That was crazy. I did not expect when you sent me that, bro. I was like, what?
I thought it was like misinformation. I'm like, maybe they out here playing games or something. But then I Googled it. I'm like, nah, like, everybody reporting this joint. Like, this is crazy.
I remember, what was it? It was like a year and a half back.
Yeah, he had to like pull out of the heavyweight thing.
And he was like, I got a serious battle and fight. I didn't know how serious it was, but for a minute, because I was checking a lot. The last I checked, it was like everything was good. So I kind of just stopped. And then just all of a sudden, just to see the fact that I was like, you sent me that text. I was like, man, at 38 years old is crazy, bro. It was an autoimmune disease order.
Yeah, it was like a mesophili, well, not mesothelioma, but it was something with his blood.
But they said that it's not even a deadly type of virus that he had.
It said it was very
Right.
rare or something that he
Yeah,
had.
it was the
Bro.
mesothelioma. That was what was like the autoimmune disease order.
Yeah.
They said was something that you could. It has like a 75-80% like living. You know what I'm saying? Living rate. So it's like it was the extra that you just said that was added onto it. That's what made it basically deadly, man. I'm like 38 years old is crazy to me, bro.
But what's even crazier, me and you, we weren't live, but we was talking about that on the phone. We was saying how we was comparing somebody to Rumble, how like they don't
Yeah.
get knockout.
Oh, who was that?
Dominic Reyes, I think.
Was it Reyes? No, 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 no.
No, somebody else.
It was a smaller. It was in a
Oh,
lower weight class. Oh, Poirier.
oh yeah, Poirier, yeah. And I almost happened too.
I think that was on the live. We was talking about it.
No, I thought we was on the phone. We could have been on the live, but we was just talking about that, and then you was just saying also you was mentioning when we got live that night, you was saying how like we getting old, like all our favorite fighters are gone, but like
Damn, that is crazy. Yeah, I just didn't expect that though. That was man. R.I.P. Rumble, man. That's crazy, bro. Like you was really like bro. You were really like monumental. Part of my prime, man. I saw you. You
everybody
gave
like,
us the best fights,
and
man.
the only nigga that couldn't beat him, I mean, only nigga that he couldn't beat was damn DC.
That's it, bro. Everybody else, he was not. Even when he went to Bellator, he was still knocking fools out.
Out
But I'm
easy.
like, y'all won't understand. Anyone who didn't see Anthony Rumble Johnson's prime, like I got to see it live, man. Now, not active fights, but like the pay per view.
You had to see it live because I'll never forget. He had lost to DC. I forgot who it was, bro. That it was a Mexican dude. He came out like in the first 15 seconds. Put that man right to bed. I said, "Oh my god,
Bro, you remember when he uppercutted Glover Teixeira into oblivion and he
bro,
lost his
that
tooth?
was
You
crazy."
remember that? And he
Bro.
said, "Boom!"
That boy just died.
Bro.
We was like, but it was crazy because like it was like that DC fight like ignited some in him. Like he like, I gotta get back. He got back so fast. Every fight
Rumble
was
was
a knockout.
different. A lot of people want to say that Gustafsson, the reason why he fell off was because of the DC loss and the John Jones loss. I would argue what broke his spirit, everything was when he got knocked out for the first time by Rumble. Because I remember it was in Gustafsson's hometown, first time ever he was fighting in Switzerland. And it was hometown crowd, and Rumble came in, knocked him out. I still remember, and Gustafsson was crying after. He was never the same after that.
Hey, bro, he really wasn't, bro, because it was like with the John Jones fight, like he could deep down inside be like, you know what, I
could have won that
fight.
Mm-hmm.
I just made some calculations at the,
but like the same thing with DC too. When he lost to DC, some you could say, man, I possibly could have won that. Some people had me winning that.
But when it came to him, landslide. Get up out of here, boy. Bing, bing, bing. Oh my gosh, that boy Rumble was different, bro.
Yeah, man. A lot of y'all, if y'all didn't see Rumble, go look at the highlights. But that still wouldn't do it justice, man. He was
feared, man. Ain't nobody. It was only a few news that he went to the decision. I think it was Phil Davis. He went to a decision with him, and then like Overlowski. But after that,
Arlovsky, yeah. That was way back.
All his losses were all submissions, though. He never got.
And remember his losses, other than light heavyweight, was when he was a welterweight. A lot of people don't know he was a welterweight at one point too.
He was.
Weight drained himself. So salute to Rumble, man. Nothing but appreciation, bro. Can't believe you're going.
What happened to those 3 football players, bro?
No, I'm
Virginia, bro. They got shot, bro. They got killed.
What happened?
I guess they was coming back from from like a school trip, and some former student athlete came up there and they said they like killed them 3, and then like 2 other guy hit.
Wait, so they just killed him just to kill him?
They ain't really release all the details on what happened, but they saying like after that class trip or whatever, and yeah, there was 3 of them.
Like a hit.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy, bro.
That sounds like a hit, bro.
I don't know, man. It's just
killing somebody, kill somebody, and then they just choose these 3 specific. Come on, man.
Only thing that's very interesting to me, Flu. Now I don't know if it's just not getting covered or whatever, but it just seemed like our people particularly has just been getting like just you feel me like just one by one, just crazy after crazy. But it's like you don't hear no other ethnicity being public, like this person had passed or that person that you feel me from another community. I think that's very crazy to me.
Take notes just came at me crazy.
I know. I was like, what? That's what I stopped saying what I was saying. I was like, why you
Let's go with it. Take those, bro. Where the hell is GTD on your default picture with all your fighters on it? Talking about Javante? That's the if so, that's the first time I ever heard Javante as
he's not
GTD.
on there.
I don't got him on there because he's trash.
No,
I'm just playing. I'm trolling, man. I don't know. He's just not on there.
Hey, so
Come
Eddie
at
Hearn
me,
was
dog. Let me know. Drop something in the comments. What's up? You got a problem with it?
hey, so Eddie Hearn was basically saying that fight ain't gonna happen. That Ryan Garcia fight. I didn't really catch it
No.
all.
Well, basically, he was just Eddie Hearn is arguing or utilizing his speech his speech practices in order to manipulate the world. He's saying real stuff. He's just basically saying uh, the reason why Ryan Garcia versus Javante Davis isn't going to happen is because PBC is blocking it. Al Heyman. Well, he didn't say Al Heyman. He always has respect for Al Heyman, but he's like Showtime, PBC, Steven Espinoza, Leonard Ellaby. They're blocking this fight from happening because they want broadcasting rights. That's been known. But the thing that's funny to me is like in the same breath, he's like, well, Terrence, I understand why Al Heyman doesn't want to make Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence because they can either do 300,000 pay-per-view buys or 800,000. But if they only do 300,000, you expecting 800, who's going to foot the bill for that? Al Heyman doesn't want to do it. But I'm like, okay, how big do you think Javante Davis versus Ryan Garcia is? Like,
not bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm like, they're thinking the same thing. Take no say, yeah, it starts with us cleaning up. Music is serious to one cultures, bro. That's a fact. Oh my, that shit. That comes down to all the deaths. I don't know, but some people are saying the amount of deaths that they've been seeing when it comes to hip hop. Hip hop. They're saying it's the same. Like nothing's different, but they're just saying it's more out there. Me personally, I'm like, no, that's not.
That's cap.
Yeah, I'm like, don't cap on that. I'm like, there's way more deaths happening now because I'm like, everybody's more accessible. Everybody got their location pin. Everyone got their location tag. Like,
but even thinking
that's just
about
what it is.
The out of artists, don't even be rooted to just a genre, right? Just think about every artist. It's only the hip hop community that's dying. There's not no rock and roll, no R&B, not even the
no
Caucasian,
techno, nigga.
But not even the Caucasian or different oriented people that are in the
Reggae.
game. You feel me? Nobody else is just strictly hip hop. Now you could say, oh well, he's saying it's the music. It is the music because what's it called? Even Kanye says like the 808 hits your lowest chakra, right? And then if you speak in that talk now, because some people you gotta remember, and I start thinking too, I'm like, it's a blessing to have an open mind, right? It's a blessing to not feel like you know everything, right? But when you feel like you in a certain way, in a certain type of mind state, and I used to be young, so I know I'm like,
bro.
I used to be very, very young. So like I used to have a one-track mind too, but that was all kind of based off of how other people were telling me to think, if that makes sense. So if people are still in that mindset,
it's not as you can't make it as simple as that because it's not about.
Well, I'm not trying to make it simple. I wasn't trying to make it like that.
No. What I'm saying is when you have to understand, it's like you have dudes who are old or in a sense of older or whatever, not like necessarily super old, but you have dudes who are in their 40s in that particular culture who are still trying to promote a certain type of lifestyle, a certain type of way of thinking. So if they're doing it, they made money off of it. And then you have a generation right before 25 to 30 doing it. They're making money off of it. Why should the generation before them feel like they have to do anything any different? Because they're all showcasing, I can think this way, move this way, be this way, promote this lifestyle, and still make money. The way they look at it is if, oh, it's just part of life. Look at these, they passing away. It is what it is. The reason why it's only happening in the hip hop culture is because it's predominantly black. So what is the perception that they want to show? Even when these niggas get money, shit don't change.
And that's very even crazier that you even said that. So that means the plan is working.
Of
whatever
course.
their plan is working at a high level. Because the fact that PNB got the way he got, bro, I to this day, even
I
Takeoff,
still think about it, bro.
but even Takeoff is crazy just because it's like he really was the quiet that won out the whole group. Like he wasn't even really flashy. He really wasn't. You feel me? But PNB was also the same way. Like I don't remember. Like I mean,
No,
he
he
would
was
wear his.
flashy. PNB
Huh?
was mad flashy. I was doing my research, but he's always been that way. The thing is, look, at the end of the day, when you look at the story, it's disgusting because it's not even flash or no flash. We're talking about a little kid who's going to be locked up for the rest of his life. That was, obviously, uh, uh, he had a supportive father, but the nigga was supportive in the wrong field because he finna be locked up, and then the mom's gonna be locked up as well as an accomplice. You have a family who planned this out randomly, and they all who? What color? So I'm like, it goes even past the artist getting killed. It's always you gotta look at who's doing the killing, and it's still, you feel me? So it's keeping it in the community, and it's like what? How you seen? There's a connection with Young Dolph. One of the murders for Young Dolph ended up being the father of that rapper chick who got killed. Who was little Uzi the rapper chick's father who got killed. Who was little Uzi Vert's artist. I'm like, all this stuff isn't a coincidence, but yet this shit is on our timeline. Shit's everywhere. It influences. It's loved by every single culture, but the only culture who thinks it's real is the one that it makes fun of. And just we're just always stuck in a loop. It's crazy, bro. Well, that's a fact. Take notes. You got to be careful what you put in your ears, especially when you're young. I never understood that when I was young. But like that's a fact. Well, they're speaking. They're telling you their story. I never really like. I remember when I was young, I was always told that, but I never I was like, man, eat it. And I'd be like, yeah, of course.
You think about 50 Cent's first album, he was really just talking about how he came up, he was selling dope, niggas try to kill him, he's still alive. Now he got money, now he flex on these niggas.
I'm like, there's people who listen to that and they feel like that's their life. Or they want that to be their life. Weakness of mind and spirit along with the people in poverty, and it's your own. That's a masterpiece for destruction.
Yeah, if you were take notes, if you ever have time, go read the Kerner report. And basically, it's a white man that did a study that showed that basically that people in impoverished communities have a higher tendency to have a high violence and crime rate due to the lack of resources in the poverty-stricken area that they live in, which we know, but it was a report that's out there that you could actually read to show that they know what's going on.
But it's also, you have to understand this too. It's very funny where, isn't it funny how inner cities, hoods, it's all associated with black people.
Did you?
But yet there's ghettos, hoods, poverty in every single community.
Community, exactly.
Right? Obviously, if we're one of the smaller percentages when it comes to race in this world, how are we going to have the biggest ghettos? We're not. But we do call, if like, I understand percentages to amount. Yes, we do cause a large, and relative to how many people we are, there's a lot of violence. But you also have to understand, when it comes to percentage of the people of who we are, we do have a large percentage in the small percentage we are in this world of being in poverty. But we're not the biggest, poverty. Obviously, if the majority is always going to have the biggest ghettos, the majority is going to have the most violence. But when you're talking about ratios, yes, understandable. But you have to understand, if you place a small minority and the majority of them are in poverty or lack resources, then the majority of them are going to what? Create violence, cause violence. I'm like, but people talk about it and look at it as if it's like, why is this happening? Like, why are these people this way? We'll have a misconception.
Did you by chance be able to see the Dave Chappelle monologue he did recently?
No, I didn't watch it.
He said something that you kind of just said. He was like, when black people are in a group, they call it gangs. When Italians are in a group, they call them the mob. But when Jewish people are in a group, it's a coincidence that you can't speak about them.
Let me ask you this too. Do you think it's a coincidence that now all of a sudden you have some type of outspoken identity when it comes to, like, I be trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, what's going on right now, right? I be feeling like there's so much distraction in the world right now. It's like almost
Bigger-
impossible to pay attention to whatever the fuck needs to be paid attention to. So it's like
And it-
sometimes I just be sitting back and I just be like, what's going on right now? Because I'm like, as this world continues to grow, as more access to everything, it's like, when are you not distracted? When do you have time to just sit back? Like, I couldn't imagine growing up nowadays. Like, when can you just sit back and just be like, take all this in, let me think for myself. Like, I don't know.
I just think back in the day too, like knowing about a death, you could go 3 months, be like, damn, that person just died. Like, damn, I didn't even know he died. Like nowadays, bro, you don't know immediately when somebody get gone. So it's like you said, like even back then, though, like bro, like I remember being on the internet, you had to ask permission back in the day. Like, hey, can I get on the computer?
And it was slow too, man.
Yeah, like it wasn't even something that you was, thirsty to really get on. Only thing you were kind of, but like now, shit, this is the computer.
Yeah, I'm like, without it, I'm like, what are we?
But it's that, but the distraction is right though, and I be thinking the same thing but I think it's a lot more distraction in our communities than any other communities because we be like, as soon as we think like everything kind of getting good, or you think, and then boom, something like Rumble happened, boom, something like Takeoff happened. It's like something like that. It just seemed like what shake up somebody's spirit, especially if you feel like you not knew that person, but you watched that person or you seen the growth of that person because whether they was sport or whatever the call, whatever their occupation was, like, and then it's just like, dang, like that happened to them, especially when it's young. It's not like these dudes are saying like age 69, age 88, age 9. These is 38, 29, 26, 25.
But they know what majority of our people look at what we worship or what we want to be like. Obviously, athletes is one aspect. Okay, we're gonna make the athlete possibility hard to grasp, or we're gonna show you, okay, if you want to be an athlete, this is the box you have to be in. So now there's this other avenue of this character you can be, where you can be, absolutely feels like you can not do any wrong, do whatever the fuck you want, and not be penalized, right? But then there's like this small reminder, like, nah. I'm like, in this particular field, you can die young. That's what they're saying. So I'm like, don't, or you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get swooped up by the feds and some shit. Cause I'm like Takeoff, I'm like the Migos, I'm like, they was never in no shit. Like I give P&B Rock this. I'm like, he from, some shit. So I'm like, for him, he probably felt like, I gotta be a certain type of way, even though when it comes to the reports, he didn't even have a chance to respond. That's what they say. Dude said, give me a necklace, and before he even could do anything, dude just let out a clip. And he told the chick, he was like, hey, if you move or anything, I'll shoot you too. So she froze. Took his shit and shot him again. So I'm like,
it's just crazy because it's like that, and like even Dolph shit and Nip shit still just be like hitting me. I just be like, damn, like niggas that's actually was trying to spark some type of like different mindset, regardless if they wasn't the perfect human being, regardless if they might not have been the ideal role model, the message was still good to me, where it was like, get your own shit, build, don't try to, of course, if you got to get a job and work, but try to strive to, try to have some independency so you're not reliant on something, you know what I mean? And just
even,
that mind.
Even when I be thinking about when I was growing up, when it came to rappers, there wasn't a lot of them getting killed like that. Whole lot of beef, but
a lot of beef, but never like, I remember Nas and Jay-Z beef. I remember Gilly Wayne beef. I remember
50, Fat Joe.
Yeah, shit, 50 Ja Rule.
No, it was some crazy beef, but nothing. I remember the game and
Yeah,
was the dude he
Game
socked
50.
out.
Shit, Game had a lot of beefs, bro.
Yeah, but I'm
Game was
like,
beefing with
no,
damn near
nobody
all the
killed.
artists.
Nobody killed though. I'm like
Nobody.
now. I'm like but it's funny because it has nothing to do with inside the rap game. I repeat, it's being accessible. It's social media. Is. Before
You
these
didn't know
dudes
where
was
50
like,
was. You could think
yeah,
you in New York, motherfucker in Massachusetts somewhere. You like, well, shit, I'm not
yeah,
going to
like he's nowhere near me. Now you got to do like PNB Rock. Yo, a dude who's on supposedly worth millions. He's at the hood waffle spot. Oh shit. Most niggas would be like dope. But then you got some of them foul. Like that's a come up. Like what's he doing here? Like he a regular nigga. Like people don't think about that. Like that makes me he a regular nigga. Oh shit. I just ate there yesterday. That nigga ain't no special. You know what I'm saying? So before people couldn't do that because people thought they was like what I'm saying. They was like ghosts. You know what I'm saying? You only had to be.
You had to be at the right place at the right time, or you had to be
Yeah.
at a concert, or just dumb luck. Like, dang, I just saw Kobe walking Manhattan
Yeah.
Beach.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
damn, I never thought I'd see that.
Now it's like go to somebody's Instagram. You like okay. He was just at this. He was just at that little chicken wing spot that we was at 2 days ago. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, but it's crazy, bro. I'm a regular nigga, and I never drop my location, not cause I just don't feel like it's necessary. Pictures like niggas be putting where they. I don't put none of that shit, nigga. If I do, all I put is the pictures. Like when I post my hoop clips, I just put the trenches at the top. So it's like I don't know. I just be thinking like there's no need for me to post where I'm at. If you know where I'm at, then bet. But I'm not gonna be like you feel me? Especially if it's just a neutral restaurant, like and there's multiple locations, you don't know which city I'm in. You get what I'm saying?
some niggas want to flex.
I just don't. At the end of the day, I understand it, right? If you come from the mud and shit, you just want to let niggas know, like, nigga, I did it, right? But for me, I'm like, I could care less if you know I did it or not. Like, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna get to where I need to get to. That's how I kind of be seeing shit. But like, I don't want to get on niggas for doing that because it's just like I kind of get it, but it's like you also got to know what type of day we're in too. Like you said, it's not the age where people see you as a ghost. People think like all I got to do is be on the gram at the right time, and I can find where you at, or I could pinpoint like, oh, I know that store right there that you just posted. I'm on my way over there. Maybe I can catch you still. Because niggas don't be having much to do, bro, and that's the sad part. If niggas could really just sit there and babysit posts and babysit where niggas are and really do like think about that. Niggas would do the research to find a nigga lacking instead of doing the research to figure out how they can get some wealth. Ain't that crazy?
There's homeless niggas every day begging for money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro,
Niggas
remember
always gonna find the easy way.
what's that if you going towards Popular and you going towards like that shopping center, what's that exit right there?
I already know, bro. I get off that every
Yeah,
day when I go to
bro.
work. There be a
I,
different nigga every day. I be like, man, y'all working a job. Like, what is this?
bro,
Y'all
I
got
never
shifts?
forget he was like, bro, they be niggas that be on the same post every day. I think like nigga, if you clean yourself up, my boy, you go get a job right now.
Bruh, I'm telling you. I be like, y'all niggas want to be homeless. Y'all know y'all making money out here. Like, don't fool. Like, motherfuckers be fooled. Like, when I was a kid, I used to be like, damn, they just homeless asking for money. That's fucked up. Now that I'm older, I be like, nah, that's they hustle. These niggas don't want no job. They know if they go outside every day because they don't want a job. So being outside is their home. So it's like we think these niggas is uncomfortable because we say homeless. Like, no, nigga, they home is outside. They're comfortable. We're basically pulling up at their crib, and these niggas like, yo, I'm charging you to be in my crib. Let me get some money. And some of y'all fool ass niggas is giving these niggas money. I'm telling you. Now I always remember. I'll never regret. I was going out a drive through, and a nigga he had a poster or the brown joint.
The sign, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, if you tip me now, I'll like DDT your mama right in front of you. Some shit. It made me laugh. I was like, here, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Here's some money. Like, that's clever. You know what I'm saying? He put some effort into it. That gave me a chuckle. But if you just outside begging for money, I'm like, bro, chill. Cause I know technically it's like somebody coming into my crib and I'm charging them for being in my crib. That's what they do.
I remember I saw a sign nigga said, if you give me $1 today, I'll be less of an asshole tomorrow. And I
That's a
was
great
like,
one. I give some other. That's creativity. That's
bro,
creativity.
I was looking at that sign. I was like, there's no way he put that. And I was like, hey, bro, what if I give you $5? Would you be a better person tomorrow? He said, shit, I'll be 5 times better, nigga.
Nigga here, Nick. I mean,
I gave him that
that's
$5, and that's when I was having that tip money, so I had cash on me. I was like, yeah,
that's
nigga.
effort, bro. I'm
But
like,
I
I
thought that was
reward
funny.
that.
I was thinking like, that nigga not stupid. That's, you know what I'm saying? That nigga.
He wants to be homeless. He chilling. He
Yeah.
enjoying life. That's why I be like, people be like, y'all trying to make me feel bad for homeless people and shit, man. They want to be homeless. There's
So they
some
don't
that
think,
don't, but the ones that don't are not outside every day asking for money. Like, yo, feed my kids.
I mean, they're in those shelters and shit trying to figure out they like think about that nigga the
Exactly.
pursuit of happiness. Like that nigga wasn't asking niggas for no. He would ask niggas he would know that he already knew for some
That's
money.
it.
He
He
wouldn't
ain't
be
on the
like,
corner every day.
yeah.
You know what I'm
He was
saying?
he was
9 to
hey
5, getting, you know.
hey the thing that made like, and that's crazy because it's a sad movie, so I don't really watch it often. But I had watched it like a couple weeks ago, bro. And
I need to
was
watch that again. I might watch it this
bro,
weekend. I need to tear.
bro, you have to, bro, because it inspired me to really be like, nigga, just keep doing what you doing. Don't worry about the noise. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about how people try to perceive you. Bro, this nigga was literally at a homeless shelter holding on to his machine, nigga.
Man,
Fighting off, trying to get a bed for his child. Take the nigga to daycare and then have to go to this internship. Nigga got in the elevator. He was like, the nigga was like, oh, test was kind of hard. He was like, yeah. Did you get to the part where it was like, da-da-da-da-da-da? Nigga looked at him. He was like, and he just walked out the elevator. He was like, oh, he didn't even get that far. Like, you feel me? So I'm like, wow. So a nigga that had every opportunity, had a house over his head, and, you know,
of
only where he
course,
had,
nigga, the hungriest nigga's gonna go. I'll always remember when he was in the bathroom, nigga. You know the best part?
bro.
Nigga had
That
to
shit,
sleep. He was like,
holding on that door. That shit was crazy, dog.
shit, nobody's about to come over here. I like the way this nigga was looking, like he was just about to just break, nigga.
But you know what's the most
Cardboard
innocent
box.
part about that movie is that it was so believable because when you was young, your parents or your pops or somebody could give you an imagination that something is happening. You feel
And you
me?
think you just in that, you don't even know how crazy it is.
You just like, okay, yeah,
You don't
we gonna
remember that
just do
shit.
this and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you feel me? And
And
then, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, in that story, if that nigga looked back, like, damn, pops is out here.
he don't remember none of that. Any nigga that be telling me, man, I remember when I was a kid and I did this. Like, fuck out of here, man. You remember bits and pieces. But that's how life go. Life is fucked up where when you go past a certain life, certain type of years, you don't remember shit but bits and pieces. That's how it goes.
That's how I go.
This time frame where I remember all this shit, nigga, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be like, I remember just little bits and little pieces. That's life.
You gonna remember the most, you know, the craziest shit. You feel me? Because I know you still remember certain parts where you like, yeah, this some wild shit.
That's different from having a vivid like nigga, memories is different than a conscious flow of understanding of what's going on. And when you look back a majority of your life, you have memories. But that is only probably like such a minute like time frame compared to the majority of the life you live up until whatever point, or what are you thinking? And it's like people don't really be looking at it from that aspect. I remember everything. I'm like, no, you remember such a small period of time from this. Like, that's would be crazy. I'm gonna go deep into it. But what's up, man? You never answered, man. How was your day, dog? Did you sick? Shit.
Shit, my day is crazy, bro. It started off, bro. I had got into an accident, bro.
Like a real one or like a little baby one?
A little fender bender. I'm at the light, so you know how like a turn light, you know, go yellow and niggas be trying to hustle to get to it. So a nigga was in front of me, so I could have did it, but I was like, I was cutting it too, or you know, and it's early in the morning, so you know, niggas is all in a rush. So as soon as that shit hit green, niggas was punching they shit. So I was like, I'm gonna just wait, right? So I'm sitting there, I just, you know, I stopped like 5 seconds later. bam, nigga, just
Damn.
ran right into my shit. Boy, I was like, oh, like, and I had a passenger in the car, so he was like, whoa, I'm not sleepy anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, shit, me neither, man. And then we get out the car, bro. The dude had to be like 16, bro. Like he was looking young, and he had like his brother. His brother was like 3 feet tall, bro. He was
You should have
short.
been. You should have just. Yeah. You should like fucked with him when like when you got out. You should like. You should have started going crazy.
My God! Just started.
You're like, yeah.
Only reason I
It
did
is
it
your
was
fault.
I started feeling a little way this morning while I was driving, so my energy was like, damn, like I hope this didn't happen. But this is how I know this nigga had money. He got out, he was like, bro, I'm so sorry, bro. It was 100% my fault.
See, that's even more reason for you to act a fool, nigga.
I know I should have, but I should have, bro. When I look back on it now, I'm like, dang, I had an opportunity, but
nigga.
like I was just kind of just trying to, because I was
had
trying
your
to
passenger get out the seat like when he got out, like that nigga, and that nigga was crawling out like on the floor, nigga. My leg, nigga. My back. Oh no, what happened?
Oh my God, you're crazy. Right now, we
nigga.
just playing with you, nigga. But like he was like, whatever the costs are, I'll just pay for it. And I was like, well, bro, you got insurance? He's like, yeah. As soon as I asked him that, right, he got on the phone. So I'm, using common sense. You like, okay, he must be calling his parent, somebody that, And so he was like imping there for like 4 minutes. And he comes out, he's like, so bro, I can't find the insurance right now, but take my number down and whatever the damages are, I'll just pay for it. So I'm like, so his parents probably was like, he probably didn't have his license, or he probably knew on the
Probably shouldn't have
insurance.
been driving.
Yeah, exactly. And so like they just let him drive type shit. And you know what I'm saying? So like, and he had a Benz, bro. It was a
Did
Benz.
you already ask him for how much you need?
No.
Okay. Yeah, man. I looked at your car. I'm a certified repairman. I've been doing this for about 5 to 6 years now, so I know what I'm talking about. My personal opinion is going to take you shit. You'll be lucky if you can find somebody willing to, take care of some of these damages and repair some of these costs for $35,000-$40,000. My personal opinion. I know a brother that's probably going to give you a discount somewhere around maybe $29,500. Maybe that's only because they like me. But that's my quote. I'm gonna let Nathan tell him
Quote.
Just let him know. That's how it looks. I'm like maybe $29,500, but
yeah, and I got his number. It was crazy, bro. This man, you could tell. I don't know if he was scared, but you could tell he's so innocent, bro. Because a grown man, he gonna beat around the bush. He might even say it was your fault. You should have went. It's gonna be all types of stuff, bro. So
did he take pictures?
Yeah, I got pictures and I got his
license. Did he?
No.
You had a sledgehammer? I'm just asking.
Boy.
I'm just asking. My bad. Go ahead.
So what's it called? So I text him. I'm like, what was your name? And he tells me his name, right? And so I'm thinking like, I wonder, because his license plate had a Vegas license plate. So I'm like, I wonder if he live out here or he's visiting, right? But he said he had to get to school, right? So I asked him, I'm like, hey, where do you live? Usually people gonna just tell you the city, right? Like, I live in this city, right? This nigga sent me his whole address. I said, this nigga that's why I knew he was innocent, bro. I'm like, wow, he's really innocent. Like, no grown man.
So you gonna get that bag?
So I was like, I could always just pull up on his crib if I needed to. Like, what's up, nigga?
I'm telling you, man. Look, if we need to cut this out, we will cut it out. We'll get a sledgehammer, and we just gonna. He's like, hey, y'all. And then you gonna give me his number, I'm gonna call. I'm like, hey, I'm representing on behalf of and we got multiple quotes. I want to be on your side here. I want to make this as easy as possible for you. Looks like for you, I'm saying, at least though you're not in a bad position, because we're at the end of the day, even though we're very disappointed in the damage that you did on his car, we want to make sure you're in the best possible position to make sure we both have a win-win, of course, right? So we looked at the cheapest quote. Looks like the cheapest quote is somewhere around, it's like about $31,200. Now, do you want to pay that in cashier's check? You want to wire that, or how you want to do this?
You said 3,100.
No, I said 31,200, sir. Now, how do you want to do this payment? Do you want to do it through a wire? If you want to see the damage as well, I have multiple pictures. And
He
that's where
sent
the
the pictures.
sledgehammer comes
I'm
in.
like, I swear, Daddy, I ain't do that.
I ain't do all that. Well, where's the damage coming from, son? This looks destroyed. Like, did somebody hit this with a sled? Like, what's going on?
You know what's even
Tell
crazier,
you.
bro? His car had no damage, bro. Not a scratch on it.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. But what's it called? I already hit my homie's mom. She does that sounded crazy. But I hit her up. That sounded crazy. But I hit
I
her
won't
up.
tell nobody, man.
She works at an auto body shop. So she gave me an estimate already with what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna call her tomorrow again, and I'm like, just text me what I should text him. You feel me? As far as, because I might try to get a little extra on the top, like, hey man, like, unfortunately, I might have to probably take this in, and I might have to get a rental car, so you stopping my work or flow.
Well,
Like,
it's your homie. You got to get a quote, man. You got to get a quote that's going to help you out. Be like, hey, whatever this you're going to quote me for this, I want you to add like 10. Okay? Let's go ahead.
this nigga is crazy, dog.
I'm telling you.
Like I got like a Beamer, or a Benz. Nigga, I got a Honda. Nigga,
Hey, man, it's inflation right now, bruh. Parts is ridiculous to come by. It ain't easy to find someone willing to work on a car and then I have it back. You got to pay for the time I don't have the car, too.
Facts, though.
Look, man, you don't have any insurance. I don't want to be this type of guy. I ain't got nothing but respect for you, brother, but you shouldn't have been driving in the first place. So we're going to have to, come on, man. Don't make me get my attorney. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to have to go to law. I think my neck's starting to hurt a little bit, too. I got a couple days after effects. I think I have a mild concussion.
No, you should all you should do is you should get a neck brace and then just take a picture
Like,
and just send it to him. Like, hey, bro, we need to talk. You just like, I'm telling you, man.
hey, dog, I know you not sick, bro, because you a rare one, dog.
Bro, I'm telling you, get
gosh,
that money,
bro.
man.
Hey,
I'm like,
bro,
he was driving the
we
one
should
thing.
both, bro. Whenever you have a chance, figure out where Corey go, bro. You should just try to do open mic night, bro. I just saying, bro. We got to just see if some of our shit we will work and kill a crowd, bro. Because I swear, bro, you got me rolling, dog.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm like, you got to do that, man. Because I'm like, he did the first offense. I'm like, he was driving. One, he didn't have a driver's license. One, he didn't have insurance. So that was just his rich parents allowing him to do a little cruise on the night.
On the morning, nigga.
Or in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And he
I
put
see
himself
them
in that
being lazy
predicament.
and not taking them niggas to school.
You should also, I don't want to do it. But I'm saying you can use the R word too. The ism. I'm telling you, man. But I'm not gonna promote no disrespect. But go ahead. So you got in the accident, got his information, all that good stuff.
That. We gonna get that shit situated. But I'm gonna file the claim on Thursday because I had a goal to work these next these next 3. Well, the day is over, but the next 3 days to get a little extra money. Oh, I don't know if I should backtrack on Saturday because I didn't even tell you what happened. Oh, what happened after?
Talk about it.
I had a chick throw up in my car, bro. Yeah, bro. I had a crazy 3 days in a row, bro.
How the hell did that happen?
Bro, look. When you done, I'll show you. So look, I can talk to you and then I'll show you. So I pick them up, right? And when I pick them up, I felt in my spirit that they were drunk. But I thought, you know how you're drunk, but you go like more to sleep than you are like in a state where you're feeling fucked up, if that makes sense.
I know you said.
Yeah, like you like more sleepy than you are like I'm so fucked up, right? So I'm sitting there, right? And at first, they talking or whatever, right? So I'm driving. I get off the freeway, and I'm not trying to drive fast or crazy. I'm trying to, like, when I switch lanes, it's very subtle, it's very smooth, because I felt like they had a little, they was drinking. you know. And I know when you moving too fast in a car at times and stuff like that, it can make, you know, things a little worse. So I get off the freeway and I don't hear I hear one of the girls, but I don't hear the other girl. So I look behind me, bro, and she starts just throwing up on herself. I said, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "I'm about to pull over, bro. You would have seen me, fool. I pulled over so fast, bro, and I had cars behind me. I didn't care. I pulled over so fast, and so the girl next and her friend was terrible, bro. Like she was laughing at her. She taking pictures, bro. I'm thinking like, this is not funny, girl. What is wrong with you? But so when I pull over, her friend like pushes her head out the window, but she couldn't get it out in time, so it still got on like the side of like, it wasn't on my seat, but it was like on the side of like where the car is, and I seen it. And so she's having her like throw up outside or whatever, woody woo. Like we sitting there for like 3-4 minutes, bro. She was throwing up, bro. Shit was nasty. So I gave him some napkins I had. I gave them to him, but I couldn't see because it's dark, right? So I couldn't really see in the back and what it looked like. And so I'm like, is she good? Because when I looked at it at the time, it just looked like she threw up on herself. So it didn't look like it got anywhere, right? And so I drive to a stoplight because I'm, you know, trying to take him home. I look back again, bro. Just right
Again,
by,
she throwing it.
just but no, like just right by where the belt buckle is just like like some vomit right there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then like she had it on herself, so I'm guessing how, because she kept like moving like this in the back, and I was telling her friend, I said, can you like keep her from like spreading any vomit anywhere, please? And she kept saying like, I got her, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, I was really about to start cussing her out, bro. I'm like, don't tell me it's fine. Do not sit in my back seat where I see vomit and tell me that it's fine. That is not fine. That is not something, you feel me? And so I'm driving, so I'm about to drop him off. The bitch that's doing better than her friend, she's talking about, I'm gonna get dropped off first, and then you're gonna drop her off next. I said, no, y'all both gonna get out right now. I'm not dropping her. Why would you even have me drop her off last? She can't even sit up straight, bro. When she tried to get her out the car, bro, she just was falling out the car, bro. Like she couldn't even stand up, bro. She like, and she's talking about, baby, get up, and did just all types of shit, bro. As soon as she closed that door, bro, I got on, bro. Like she was literally on the floor. She couldn't even stand up, bro. And so when I look back there, I'm just hot, fool, because I know my nights off. I can't keep driving with that, right? So I drive home, bro. When I tell you, bro, I must have got anything that can disinfect or clean some, bro. I got a whole bowl of hot water. I put Fabuloso in there. I put Pine Sol in there. I got Lysol disinfectant spray. I got a scrubber. I got air freshener, and I got Windex because she kind of got some on my window. So I'm like, I'm about to go to work, bro. So I had to clean that shit up. I got the Fabuloso, bro. When you talk about scrubbing, food, I scrub so hard, bro. My seat has a patch now in there that just looks cleaner than the rest of my seat. So it just looks cleaner, and I just end up having to clean that whole shit, bro. And then I just was spraying a good thing, and then like when I kind of like sent around the back seat, you couldn't even smell nothing no more. I went to work on that seat, boy. But since I did it myself, because usually the first time it happened to me, I had to take it to a detail because the smell was just too putrid. But I had caught it in time, and it wasn't as much as last time that I could just clean it myself. So I ended up getting $150, and I got this pocketed because I ended up cleaning it myself.
It's shit. That's nasty, the motherfucker though.
Yeah, bro. You
That
see,
is.
I've had it some crazy little 3 days, man. So let me go back to Monday. So that fender thing happened, and then I came home. I ate some leftovers. I had to take a nap because I was just feeling real tired and shit. And then I woke up, went right back, got to it, and then we're here. So if I had to rate my day, I would just say like a 4, just because if everything goes right with that situation, how I'm planning it, then I'll be able to walk away with some money in my pocket. So that's what I'm hoping for.
You still got time though, because you didn't. You ain't told him the price yet.
Yeah, exactly. We gonna concoct up something for sure. We gonna get
The
something
attorney.
going.
Hey,
Yes. This is Mister Ray Mountain. I was trying to
Raymond.
speak.
with whoever is responsible for absolutely destroying a young man's future. You put him on the line, please.
He's stupid.
It's gonna be shit.
He's
Nah,
gonna be
salute to
shit.
people. It's Monday. I don't know. Did you ask me what my Monday was, or am I making it up?
It's your turn now.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for this. I want to say this to everybody right now. I apologize for the first 47 minutes of this stream. It's gonna sound like I was in a room because I was. I had the audio messed up, so my bad about that. Um, appreciate Zen for getting me right. Keep that a little bit better from now on. Hey, it's been a week. I'm off some, but my Monday was cool. It was straight. I ain't got no problems with it, man. My Monday, um, my Monday was actually good. I'm on a well, actually, technically, because I'm like, what was yesterday? Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't Sunday. I'm technically on a 48-hour fast right now, guys. So, surprisingly energetic. Work was good. Work's been picking up, so that's solid. Um, yeah, and it's 10:30. It's still early. On Monday, I'll give it a 4.3. I will be breaking that fast tonight, though. So I'll probably be
Talk
like
about
4.5.
Wakanda. You saw Wakanda.
Well, I don't want to, because you haven't seen it yet. I don't want to give away no. You want me to do spoiler
Did
free?
you like it?
I'll do spoiler free.
Did you like it?
Yes,
You say if you like it, okay. Because you
yes.
were saying that you wasn't gonna watch it at first.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I went in low expectations, ended up enjoying it. It was a good time. I won't lie to you. It was about a 3-hour movie. Didn't feel like it. Um, it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I still enjoy Black Adam better because Black Adam is more my preference. But I thought this movie was good. It was good.
Was it better than the first one?
No, come on now.
I was asking.
Chala was in it.
Yeah.
Can't never replace that. But
You got
they
Killmonger,
did
bro.
a good job. They did a good job. Yeah, no, Killmonger's a beast. But no, come on now. When I look back and I watch the portrayal of Black Panther in like the Civil War and some of the Marvel movies, etc., I was like, man, when I was a kid, I used to watch the little cartoon animated series Black Panther and stuff. That's exactly. So I'm like, you can't take that. But it was
Chad,
it was.
Chad, Chad did it. He was just the best actor for real, man. That's really crazy what happened to that man.
So I'm like, but yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it all the way through, man. It was a good time. Not gonna lie to it. Last movie of the year is gonna be Avatar. And I'm gonna go. That's the last movie I'm gonna see in the movie theater.
Yeah,
But I
that's
don't know if that's
probably
gonna be good though.
it should be, bro. If anything, they should bring like a violent type more aspect to it. I feel like the first one was kind of long winded just because they was trying to explain kind of like what was going on.
Well, this one's gonna be 3 hours plus.
But you get what I'm. Wouldn't you agree that it was kind of like a lackluster in action? The first one.
Man, if you want me to be real with you, the first one to me, the only reason why I enjoyed it was because when I was young, and two, that was like the first time 3D movie theaters, or you know what I'm saying, which
3D
were
was
kind
kind
of
of bigger, yeah.
yeah, where the big ass glasses and shit. Like now it's just 3D when you look at the fucking screen, but you know what I'm saying, that was just so crazy to me. I didn't care about the story or nothing. I was just like, nigga,
Man,
this shit
you think it's big
crazy.
and blue.
Yeah. So, um, but when I never rewatched it either because that kind of goes into
I
your
never
point
rewatched it neither,
where it was
bro.
like
I
the
swear
story
I saw
wasn't good
one.
enough for me to watch it without the 3D. Nigga, I don't have 3D at home. I ain't finna watch this. So
You know who? You know what I wish they? You know what I wish they would make like a part two, and it necessarily doesn't have to have the same actors, but I want them to make an exception, an Inception too, because Inception was crazy, man. I love that movie, dog. It really makes me think every time I watch it. Like
but technically they did do it two to that.
they did
Yeah.
when?
Um, what was a Christopher Nolan movie after that?
No, Tenet was not no damn
Bro,
Inception.
yes, it was. That was technically like
That was then
it's,
that was a fucking Kool-Aid watered down version, man. Because Inception, the first one was cold.
that
They went
was
to
that
three
was that
different
was that was
dreams,
number two to
dog.
Inception. Basically, that was the sequel. Come on now, you know it was.
Nah, man.
And
I'm not
come on,
taking
Tenet
that.
wasn't that bad, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
Tenet
bro.
didn't have no storyline. To this day, if I watch it again, I couldn't even understand what was really happening, what was the real purpose. It just
That's
had
the
great
whole point.
effects. I say this.
That's the whole
The
point.
effects was
You're
great.
not supposed to know what's going on. That's the whole point.
That's terrible then. That's not my type of movie. I understood exactly what was going on in Inception. I understood exactly what their idea of what they was doing.
Tenet was a good movie to me. I liked it. I watched it twice too.
You just like it because that nigga Christopher Nolan was in it, dog.
No, he wasn't. What are you talking about? He's the director, bro.
No. Denzel Washington's son was in it. That's why you like
Okay.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. If you want to be real, there's some roles he's not good in. I don't watch all his movies.
Nah, he has like the one. It's all on the movie. If it's the right movie, he kills his role. But if it's the wrong movie, he's trash.
Bro, what do you think about Creed 3? I'll still to this day never watch Creed. I haven't watched one Creed just because that shit is
I
so
haven't
fake and
watched. Everybody
stupid.
keeps saying how it's looking sick. I just think like, man, this is like, I don't know, but I
Stupid.
can't take it
It's
serious.
not Rocky. It is a
Yeah.
disrespect to Rocky, and it always will be. Y'all don't understand what Rocky was. The storyline in Rocky,
It was great.
the cultural shock of Rocky. You're coming out with this over saturated bullshit, man. We'll never get a boxing movie like Ali ever again.
And because you never have a nigga like Will Smith to embody that role, man. Will Smith killed that
That's why I
role.
don't watch movies. I don't watch movies no more, man. Most movies nowadays, man, are trash.
I have to watch Bullet Train. You told me it was good. I gotta
Bullet
watch
Train was great. That was a good time. I watched it all the way through. That was a good time.
Hey, dog, what is wrong with you? I had a good time. Nigga over
That was a good time.
This guy is crazy, bro. You're really different.
I'm telling you, man. Watching that
Yo,
was. I was
top
like,
movies
every
this
time I
year.
see it, I was like, why don't we have more movies like this?
So your top movies this year is Bullet Train, Black Adam.
Whoa. Okay,
Not in no order. I'm just saying these are your top.
that would be
movies.
the order.
Bullet Train's before Black Adam.
Yeah, Bullet Train is the number one most enjoyable movie I watched this year.
Okay, then Black Adam, and there's another movie that came out this year.
Batman.
So is
Yeah.
that order? Those three.
Yeah, and then Wakanda.
Okay, then is Wakanda before Batman or after?
It's after. I enjoy Batman more.
Okay.
But the thing is,
Wakanda has more replay value.
yeah, that's what's weird about Batman to me is like I enjoyed it so much on the first initial watch, but it's like I watched Black Adam the second time, right? And it was still good. I'll watch that movie again, and it'll probably still be good. It's like I can't watch Batman again. It's like I know everything that's gonna happen, bro.
If you look at it, the director did something that was great in that usually when niggas make movies, they always want more of the replay value. He really made it more so where it was like
It's gotta be a one-time watch.
It's kind of like, your first sexual encounter, right? You're never probably gonna embody that again because you just like.
But I hate that, bro, because I'm like, this is a superhero movie. Like, I need to be able to rewatch this again.
But you got to remember though, the main focus in the Batman shit right now is Batflick. So it's like that's who he's making this on just some other side shit. Like because they said they're gonna make another 2 movie, right? And I think it's gonna be like Joker and the Riddler teaming up or whatever. But I'm saying I think he's more so trying to make it
Joker. No, it's supposed to. What they're saying is supposed to be Mr. Freeze.
Oh, it's gonna be Mr. Freeze.
I hope so. That would be so dope.
I know because that nigga Arnold Schwarzenegger did a terrible job. But anyway, he did a terrible job. But I'm saying I think his angle is because you gotta remember, it's hard for a solo movie in the Batman to compete with a whole universe in DC, right? Because the Justice League was better with the Snyder cut because the first one was terrible.
And this is why I want to come at you. How long have I been advocating for this? Did you hear about what just been announced? Who's back?
What do you mean? Who? Why? Come at me? What I do?
All y'all just as long as I've been a Snyder Cut fan, and I said this isn't dead, and y'all wanted to say there was no possibility of it coming back. Now I'm gonna keep talking mine. And people saying there's no possibility for it coming back. And Zack Snyder, look, maybe Zack Snyder's not coming back, but like you said, Batflick is back, and then who also is back?
That nigga Henry Cavill.
Okay then. And you said it wasn't finna happen. We got Man of Steel 2.
I never said that.
In the works.
I said that Snyder might not direct no more movies. That's what I said. I never said that them niggas would never be. Don't add no words to my mouth.
What Stevie
Now, if you had niggas coming at you, you know, in the
Wonder.
comments, that's different. But I never. So I just told you at first. I was like, I think you overhyping that snack Zyderverse, but clearly that they understood what type of time they got to be on to compete with Marvel, because Marvel make more movies than these niggas do.
But still, though, Marvel is falling off greatly. Like,
It
come
has
on now.
been. I ain't gonna lie. That Avengers Endgame Part 2, dog. That was got to be one of the most disappointing.
Ever since Endgame, bro,
It's
just
just been going
trash,
downhill. I'm not gonna lie, because the Spider-Man movie was weak to me. It was just cool
bro.
as because you know Tobey Maguire is the GOAT. Toby
That's
is
it. That's
GOAT.
all they did was a nostalgia point. But I'm like, it's been trash. I'm like, if you really think about it, DC's been killing this year because Batman was crazy.
Now
Black
what's gonna
Adam
be
is
hard?
crazy.
What's gonna be hard? Wakanda What Forever. You just said that was good, so they ain't fall off with
But
that.
it's not better than Black Adam.
Okay, but I think Blade. I think Blade.
I
I
had to
took
be
away
like, wait,
from
nigga, did that come out like a couple years ago?
but no, Blade.
That
I
nigga
think Blade
Shaft
is
is
gonna
in the
be good.
Marvel universe. That's crazy.
I think Blade's gonna be good just because of the actor that they got.
Nah, see, you already messing up right now because you know what I'm saying that's why you gotta catch you gotta stay up on your sources. The Blade, the director that was supposed to be originally directing, he stepped away. Apparently the script was absolutely ridiculous. They had Blade actually dying in the original script and his daughter taking the mantle.
Oh hell
So
no,
he walked
no.
out, they threw away the script. So now what we thought would come soon will come later. They're back in the beginning stages. So much for that, right?
Yeah, Marvel's tanking. Marvel's tanking, dog.
When I read that, bro, I was like, oh wow, they was gonna do Blade crazy.
Bro, if because you know Blade don't die.
They was gonna have him get killed, and his daughter was gonna take the reign, or his daughter was gonna be the one to like have to kill him so she can live or something. And then she ends up being the one. Like, this nigga don't believe me. He's looking it up.
No,
Type in
I'm trying
Blade
to
new
see.
script, nigga.
No, I'm trying to see what's gonna come out next. So let me see. They said the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday.
That's gonna be trash. That's just gonna be some funny shit.
Yeah, they talking about Blade in 2024. Damn.
Yeah,
They got
it's gonna be trash.
they got quantum damn
Trash.
Quantum Mania.
Trash. That's Ant Man.
Oh yeah, nobody want to watch that. Then they got Cop. Then they got Deadpool 3 supposed to be coming out. With
That's
Michael
later though.
Rayner. Yeah, that's 2024. Shazam trash.
What? Yeah, you're right. I don't like Shazam.
I don't like him. I don't like the actor they got for him.
Me neither. That shit too goofy.
Galaxy of the Galaxy Volume 3 next year. The
Hmm?
Marvels. Huh?
Shazam is DC.
I know, but it has it as the upcoming movies for Marvel. I don't know why. They shouldn't have
That's
been.
weird.
Yeah. Who is this though? What is this? Kraven the Hunter?
Oh,
It's probably gonna be weak.
not
Yeah,
fair.
you're right. These niggas falling off, man. Fantastic Four 2025. Yeah, they're in the regression, my boy. Let's see what DC got coming out, man.
Let's get it.
DC.
It's time for the DC to take over the game because they can. It's time. All these weak characters from Marvel now. DC can focus on their main characters.
Okay, so they got Aquaman coming out next year.
Fire.
They got Flash coming out next year.
That's supposed to be
Shazam.
Fire. By the way, Fire has Batman in it as well as Superman.
Which one?
Batman, Batfleck, Henry Cavill as well,
For
and
what?
Wonder Woman, and Flash.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be cool. And it's crazy. I'm glad they got this new Flash than the one that they had in the show. To be real with you.
Yeah, they got to. Even though that nigga doing some crazy shit outside of, you know what I'm saying? But
Oh, he is.
yeah, he's crazy. Wild boy.
Okay. Aquaman should be good though. I haven't even seen the
Yeah.
second one. I mean the first one, so I gotta watch that.
Oh, first one fire.
Blue
I gotta
Beetle.
watch that. I haven't seen it in a minute. That's a good one.
What Blue Beetle?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Can't wait for that.
And then the Joker Part 2 comes out in 2024.
Fire.
Yeah, that's going. Yeah, they got some fire movies on the up
And
and
then
up.
we got Man is Still coming. 2,
When's that supposed to come? Because I don't
probably
have.
2025.
Oh
Then we
man,
got Batflix movie.
when's that supposed to come out?
Same time. It's gonna be crazy, man. No, I'm making all this shit up. I don't know when any of this coming out.
Oh man, I was like, damn, let me go look that up.
I'm making all this shit up, nigga. I don't know when none of this shit coming out, nigga. You talking shit.
You know, as far as the Super, what we gotta do, Flu. Me and you gotta find somebody. I don't know how we gonna do it. We gotta make a Static Shock movie. Oh my God, we need it.
Man, I'm already in process right now. I'm writing it right now. 3 pages in.
But we need the right actor though, because what it all comes in, it got to be the right actor for Static Shock. Because Static Shock was crazy, man.
Get an unknown.
Is that DC? What is Static Shock?
Yeah, it's DC, man.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Bring Static Shock into that. Yeah.
How you feeling, dog?
Oh shit, bro. I'm gonna just eat and go to sleep, man. I got Theraflu waiting on me, man. I mean NyQuil waiting on me. I got
Sick.
some
Yeah,
food waiting on me.
I'm be on the same thing. It's a good time. I just want to apologize again, man. My bad, y'all, about the beginning. This is what it is. We're gonna do better from now on. I just want to salute the people. Happy Monday. We're at the beginning of the week, but before we know it's gonna be the end. Is there any good fights this week? Oh, I guess just what Derek Chisora is fighting this weekend. I mean, not Derek Chisora. Dillian White versus Franklin, I think.
That shit probably gonna be weak.
Yeah. So, not much. I might be missing out on something, but we'll see. Nonetheless, man, salute the people. Any last words you want to tell the family?
It could always be worse. So be grateful for the now.
Double salute as always, man. Stay blessed, not stressed. We out of here. We're going to be back.